All right, let me get rid of this music. You know, I love that music. But it's time to get rid of it. Anyway, Jason, good evening. Randy, good evening. David, good evening. Hello, Lori. How are you? John did not get drawn for a bear tag. That stinks. Craig, buddy, how are you? Nice to have you along with us on this. Mike, what day is it? It's Hump Day. Tri-City Brewing Company. All righty then. Haven't seen you guys on before. Appreciate you being along with us on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. No, the new pontoon is not on the water yet. I don't have it yet. Soon. Hello, Ted. How are you? Randy, you better stay out of my water. Actually, Randy, are you going to be out there tomorrow? So am I. Let's talk. I will be out there tomorrow morning. Jim, good evening. Paul, nice to have you along with us. Hello, Brian. How are things up in your neck of the woods, baby? Buddy, I mean. What was I looking at that made me say baby? David says no bear or elk tag there. BB, that's what I was looking at. BB. Very hot Kansas, which means it's going to be moving this direction to a very hot Michigan. Oh, all right, Randy, that sounds good. Gene says it's still be. All right, so Gene, what is the status? I know the helm is done. So where are they on my boat? Because, Gene, you work at Angler Quest. You know for a fact you've seen the boat. Where's the status? Lost Glove Farms checking in on YouTube. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Nuevo, hey, nice. Hello, Ed. How are you, buddy? Hi, Stacy. Nice to have you along with us. John, I'm still waiting to hear from Gene what the status of my boat is, because he's right there in the Angler Quest plant. The boat I got right now is catching some fish. I will tell you that. After a slow start, I feel like I'm doing pretty well out there now. That's going to slow down, though. My beloved skinny water is going to slow down. Bernie says very dry in his neck of the woods. Well, I'm in your neck of the woods, and it is very dry here. I agree. Robert, good evening. Nice to have you along with us. Mike, congrats on your elk tag, right? A cow tag, if I remember right from this morning. Mike's one of the few people who got the cow tag. Oh, God bless you, Johnny Bowler. The Bear Whisperer. Hey, Scott, how are you? I'll be hunting with Johnny. Don's going to be fishing walleye out of Linwood Beach tomorrow. I'm fishing out of the mouth of the Saginaw River. Okay, the walls are up. Where'd we go? The walls are up. Oh, you're having a Pepsi. Darn you, Johnny. Captain seat live. Well, okay, we're making progress. Hey, Josh. Randy checking in from Oscoda. Cow tag. Well, congratulations. Did it stop by the other? No, I did not. Lori says she'll be hunting with Johnny. What's first season, if I remember right? Hey, Linda, how have you been? It has been a while. I hope you're having a good summer. Thanks for stopping by. Wednesday Night Live again. I appreciate it. So anyway, I got a pond that has some fish. How about putting some bigger fish? How about putting some bass or pike in there, Chad? First season for Lori. Mike Kelly got his Colorado elk tag for the first time. Tony's going to be out there tomorrow morning in the skinny water if the waves lay down. It looks like, Tony, and you and I have been talking about this. What's up with the Auburn Pond? I don't know. We might have a window of opportunity out there mid-morning, right? When the winds shift. I'll be out there on the Angler Quest tomorrow morning. I can't tell you who my other source is inside the plant. This is funny. Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer, who I'll be hunting with, third season, his wife and daughter also got tags. I said, does that mean they're going to get the best spot? Because I know Johnny was saving the best spot for me. He won't admit it, But I know Johnny was saving the best spot for me. Your wife gets a tag, your daughter gets a tag. You got to give them the best spots. I get it, Johnny. I won't hold that against you, buddy. Mark, remind me, what did I help you out with? I remember the conversation, but I don't remember what I helped you out with. Oh, he promised you the best spot, Lori says. Brian says he'll be near there. Scott Hand said the Auburn Pond is open for kids to catch and keep walleye right now, an overpopulation of walleye in there. In fact, the Corn Fest Kids Fishing Tournament that I sponsored is Saturday morning. And by the way, I'll be at the Corn Fest at the Trinity Cafe tomorrow evening from 5 to 7. Stop by and say hi. No, we did not get out. It was blowing too hard. David says, believe me, Mike, nobody will be sitting in your spot. As it should be. We did not get out there Thursday, John, but I did get out Friday with the Grillo family from Michigan Brand. We did quite well. Also got out mid-afternoon, Sunday afternoon with my family, and we did quite well in the same water. Hey, Terry, how are things in Shingleton? Exactly, Bernie. I get it. Johnny doesn't have to. Johnny and I don't sleep in the same bed, thank God. So his wife is going to get the best spot. Only makes sense. I've been watching the news about the alewives, looking for some great salmon fishing in the near future, maybe better numbers, fatter fish. It's interesting, Linda, that you bring that up, because on this week's radio show, hey, Josh, it has been a while. How you been, buddy? On this week's Outdoor Magazine radio show, one of my guests is Paul Schlafly of Riverside Charters in Manistee, and he talks about alewife numbers, alewife numbers. Stormy Florida. Hey, Dave. It's got to be hot down there this time of year, huh? Hello, Kevin. How are you? Anyway, my friends, thanks for joining me on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. My name is Mike Avery. This is something I do every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Right now, you just said chances. That right? That's right. Yes. I am doing the Angler Quest tournament on July 23rd. Yes, I already have my crew. We are signed up for it. So yeah. How are things in Tawas? Oppressively hot, he says. Dave says. I bet. So anyway, Wednesday Night Live. I'm live on my Facebook page, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Have not found a way to go live on Instagram as well. I'd love to. Instagram and StreamYard, my streaming platform, do not play well together. It has been a windy summer, Fred, and that's my concern for tomorrow. It's supposed to blow northeast tonight and then shift a little bit. So I think we've got a couple hour window of opportunity tomorrow morning. I have a trip this weekend, so I want to make sure those fish are still in that my beloved skinny water. Hey, Lori, haven't seen you for a while. How are you? Fred, I would love to do that. Man, this windy summer blows. From the most interesting man in Michigan. I would love to, Fred. I'm going to wait till I get my new boat, though. They'll be in there for us. Or who said that? Ross said they'll be in there for us because Ross is one of my people on Friday. I guarantee you they won't be pulling crawlers. Guarantee you, Linda, that the winner of the Angler Quest tournament will not be running crawlers because I'm going to win it and I'm not going to be running crawlers. Just saying. Actually, when you sign up for the tournament, it says, hell yes, I'm going to win. No, it says, yeah, of course I'm going to win. Not a chance in hell I'm going to win. Or I don't know. I said, no, I'm not going to win. When will the new boat be ready? 2 weeks? Just in time for the fishing to slow down. But I have a beautiful prototype Angler Quest that I'm running right now. I got no complaints. Oh, Fred says, wife just told me we'll be out of Linwood tomorrow morning too. Not too early, though. I think that's a good idea, Fred. that you wait. What is that right there? Oh, it's this side right here. I think it's a good idea to wait a little bit tomorrow morning and let the winds calm down, which is actually the opposite of what it should do, right? Well, John, that would be nice. Oh, with the kids, shotgun shooting, good, safe, responsible. In this day and age, it's important to show others that. John, I'm going to come back to that. Remind me about that. If I don't come back to that. Oh, here's what Billy says. Auburn is giving out walleye permits to clean them out of the pond in the park. How can Auburn, because it's a private park, is that how? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Billy and Scott, for making me aware of that. Scott, any more news on the killer food plots? Johnny says, "Hey, Mike, you notice Ross hasn't said one word about his spot. He knows he's getting a bear. He holds the keys to his wife's new car." Is Ross hunting with you, Johnny? How many hunters do you have, Johnny, this fall? Wife's cousin goes out from Linwood, does very well on the walleye. Linwood Beach Marina, linwoodbeachmarina.com. All right, let's talk about a couple of things here before we let the night slip by. Speaking of slipping by, summertime is slipping by, right? 4th of July is already behind us. Labor Day is just around the corner. We're starting to make the turn into hunting season. I encourage you to get out and enjoy the rest of this summer. How many boats do I anticipate in the Angler Quest tourney? I'm getting to it, Ed. 175 permits in 6 minutes. Wow. 50 maybe? 40, 50? 40? Who's on the show? I'll get to that, Ed. A couple things I got to talk about here first. Remember, my brain is old, and it's the end of a long day, so I move a little slower up here. I know gas prices are high. I know things are expensive. Please do not let this summertime slip away without getting out and making memories. Johnny says the first season full. Second, and I believe I do not want any more for third. You know why you don't want any more for third, Johnny? Because I'm going to be there during the third season, and that's all you need. Just me. I can make your third season a success just by having me there, Johnny. And speaking of another Johnny, true, Johnny, I'm not as old as you are. I never will be. Okay. I did get my bear tag. Third season, the Newberry Bear Management Unit, hunting near Seney with Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer. I'll be using my 350 Legend from Brenton USA hunting rifles. It's up in the gun safe. I don't have it here to show you. Looking forward to that. Before then, I will be hunting in White River, Ontario, Canada. I'll come back to that. I did not get my elk tag because nobody gets an elk tag. Nobody gets an elk tag. No, Lee, you cannot just buy a tag anymore. It's a draw. Johnny says we have a great third season hunt right now. And guess who else is hunting with us? Tony? Who? I don't know. Rich is buying KFB, hoping to sit down for a meeting. Next week. Wonderful, wonderful. Lori said her friend's son got a bear and an elk tag. Oh, that's Dawn Freeland, right? Yeah, she reached out to me. For what area, Chad? What area do you need a guide? Tell me what area and I might be able to help you out. I don't know what Point Creep is. Good evening, Eric. Nice to have you along with us on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. Baraga. Johnny, help me out. Who would you send him to in Baraga? If you said Red Oak or oh, Scott. Okay. Oh, and I thought, hey, listen, there's another guy who reached out to me on LinkedIn who said he's hunting with you the third season too. Let me see, Johnny, if I can find him real quick. Ryan Beckett? Johnny, is Orion Beckett hunting with you? Scott Gasta is. Gasta. Gatsa. We have a Gasta, a Jason Gasta at church, and a Scott Gatsa, and I have to think before I say who's who. Mike, you'll have fun. You will have fun. Oh, I see. Point creep. Meaning you need more and more points to get it. My thoughts on it, I think it's unfortunate. I think it's a shame. I think it's just the way it is. Him and his brother-in-law. Okay, excellent. Keep in mind, Johnny, who recommended you to those guys, huh? Okay, just keep that in mind, you and your Pepsi. Very few people get elk tags. Let me rephrase this. 50,000 people apply for Michigan elk tags, and 200 and change get them. Yet I apply every year. Josh. Nope. Josh, where's Josh? Port Austin to Tawas. They're catching walleye, if that's what you're after. Ben says he has an archery opening in Red Oak. Appreciate it, Gene. Take care of my angler quest. So it is time to shoot. Well, pretty soon it's going to be time to shoot. Get the dart and crossbow ready for the Ontario bear hunt. Michelle says her hubby, you know her hubby. David says he's at the fire with a Bud Light. Both that. You know, of David and Johnny, David is certainly the better looking brother. You a ride to your bait, pick you up, then after that you're walking out. I could do it, Johnny. I could do it. I might not get back till midnight, but I could do it. No, I don't have a 450 Lee. I have a 350 Legend. I have not shot it yet. I have some fishing to do first because right now the fishing's pretty good. No, I have anyway. Yeah, no problem. I just haven't shot it yet. I will soon. Nice, Lori. Nice. Gas prices. Yep. Oh, I took the Grillo family out. Fishing has been good. I took the Grillo family out, and little Joe Grillo, who is Butch Grillo's grandson, Joe Grillo's son, Nick Grillo's nephew, caught a 17.5-inch white bass. That's a master angler white bass. How's the walleye fishing from the AQ? It's wonderful, Stacy. It's wonderful. I got off to a real slow start. Friday morning, Blake and I will be out there catching walleyes. We'll wait. Are you going by my skinny water? Where are you going? You going over to Callahan? Chris says the walleye heating up on the west side of the state too. I got off to a slow start this summer. In fact, I was a little, I don't want to say dejected or frustrated, but it was a slow start. But my last several trips, we've been doing real well. So now it's just a matter of how long will the fish stay in that skinny water. If I get a Michigan elk tag, would I shoot it with a crossbow or that 350? I don't know. Or maybe move up to a 450. I don't know, Jason. That's a good question, and I don't know. I haven't thought about it because I'll never get a bull elk. I'll never get an elk tag. I won't. And I know that. But I just keep applying. Anyway, that Angler Quest tournament is the 23rd. Martin said, hey, Martin, I sent Bella an email too. I did respond to her, by the way. Looking to pick up an AR-15, 350. Hot color combo in shallow water. Josh, what I've been having, chrome on bright days, fire tiger, purple on dark days, perch color. I've got a Hottentot that, for political reasons, I'll call it the Captain, but there's a different name for it. It's a 3/8 ounce Hottentot that is my go-to big fish bait. I run that on the inside, 25 to 30 feet behind the board, and that consistently catches big fish. Biggest fish of the summer so far, 27 inches, came on that. Also, a trick I learned from Lance Valentine. Now, I used to run spoons only out deep. I had played with them in shallow water and hadn't had any luck. Lance says, take your spoons, put them on a number 30 jet diver, and run them 25 to 30 feet back off the back corners of the Angler Quest. And we have been picking up quite a few, I'm still calling them bonus fish on that every trip. Every trip. Jason says, think of all the hay we've bought for the elk with our application fees. That was a question that I have, Jason. I posed it to the DNR. How much money do you make? And I'm not saying it's bad that they're making money. And if they do, because I don't know the number yet, how much money do they make on bear and the elk application process? And let's throw the turkey application process in there too. I'm waiting for that number. I will get it. Oh, I got you, Martin. Okay. I didn't want you to think I forgot about her. Well, forgot about her would be okay, but I'm not blowing her off. Ed, how long of a leader are you running on? I'm going out of the mouth of the Saginaw River, Scott. How long of a leader am I running on the spoons? About 6 feet. It's whatever you can still land a fish with, net a fish with. And lately, I have been doing better on the flicker minnows than the flicker shad. My son James was out with me and he says, let's put on some flicker minnows. I said, yeah, go ahead. And they've actually been out fishing the flicker shad the last few trips at least. I'll tell you more tomorrow morning. Only got 2 people on the boat tomorrow. I'd like to have a third so we can run more rods. And I honestly, I think the fact that we are limited to 3 rods an angler is absolute. It's a ridiculous law. Absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason in the world. Flicker minnows the ticket. Or Johnny says, on my way. Or a good old-fashioned Hottentot. Let's not forget about those. The question of the night. Is there maker's mark yet in this jug? Rod limits are dumb. They're stupid. They are restrictive. They're arbitrary. Linda, the last few trips, yes. The last few trips they have been. Not yet. Mike says no. Run an extra rod. A CU will be your extra guy. I'm actually fishing with a CU tomorrow. A CO tomorrow. And when you fish with COs, there are no rod limits. That's just a joke. A bad joke, I know, but that's just a joke. Oh, okay. You asked me who's on the show this week. Ron St. Louis of Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters kicks off the show this week. And the reason is there are a lot of people out there right now who did not get their Michigan bear tag and they want to go hunting. You still can. You can go to Ontario and buy a tag over the counter. $250, something like that, but you're guaranteed a tag. So Ron St. Louis of Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters is my guest. If you want to go bear hunting and you didn't get your Michigan tag, or if you're like me, you did get your Michigan tag and you just love bear hunting so much you want to go twice, northernwildernessbearoutfitters.com, northernwildernessbearoutfitters.com. Yeah, thank you, Don, for reminding me. Josh, going back to your question. Orange. A couple of trips ago, anything was orange was hot. Ed, Ron does still have spots. I talked with him this morning. He does still have spots. northernwildernessbearoutfitters.com. You can get Ron's contact info from that website or just send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com and I will put you in touch with Ron. He is my first guest this week. Scott said they went to number 5 minnows in skinny water, and it was great. Don't forget the little guys this time of year. Good point, Scott. Good point, Scott. Yeah. Thank you, John. I'll ask you to remind me again because I'm not quite there yet. Well, that too, Jason, but I'm not a waterfowl hunter, so I didn't think of that, but you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Paul Schlafly of Riverside Charters wraps up the opening hour with a salmon fishing report from Lake Michigan. He said the fishing is good, the fish are big, and there are a lot of every week, Don, and there are a lot of bait fish out there. In hour number 2, hey, Matt, Makers 46 in my glass, relaxing at the campground, the National High School Trap event. Sounds like fun. I'm going to come back to that, Matt. I'm going to come back to that because I have what I think is a good point to make. In hour number 2, no, he's not. Thank you, Johnny. Bill Piles of Ohio Bow Hunting Outfitters was supposed to join me tonight. He's out hanging stands and he got stuck. And he's not able to join me because he's trying to get, I don't know if it's his truck or if it's his side-by-side unstuck. But thank you, Johnny, for the reminder. I will use this as an opportunity to tell you we have one spot left in our bow hunt in Ohio for the 3rd week in Ontario. Does not, Chris. I don't know about this Saskatchewan. I don't know. Ontario does not. If you'd like to go bow hunting with us, send me an email, mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. We can make it happen. We've got a spot left. Thank you, Johnny. In hour number 2, we're talking with, I know, Johnny. You got to settle for me, buddy. Mr. Angler Quest himself, Brad Dupuis, joins me talking about that boat, the development, the evolution of problems they have getting boats out there, getting them made, getting them in production. He also talks about this midsummer deep water. Yes, you still need a vaccine or a jab, as I've learned this morning it's called. The deep water, mid-time, Saginaw Bay, summertime walleye fishery. Then Corporal Jill Miller talks about staying safe on big water. This week's Ask Avery segment, I'm going to come back to in a minute. And in our 3rd hour, Richard P. Smith talks about a recent bear attack on an elderly UP fly fisherman. A bear came up behind him, knocked him down, stole the bear out of his the fish out of his hands. When it knocked him to the ground, he hit a rock, knocked him out, did something to his back or his neck. So we talk about that and more. And, of course, we wrap it all up with Wild Game Chef Extraordinary Dave Miner. My Ask Avery segment this week was supposed to be how much money the DNR makes on the application process, the drawings. I wasn't able to get a number yet. I'm sure I will. I plan on doing this next week. That's no excuse, Scott. That's no excuse. So what? You're going to Missouri and you're going to Montana. So what? Go to Ohio too. Listen, you got the bank. I mean, you got the money, right? You could do it. So, my Ask Avery segment, I turned direction a little bit. You might remember me talking about my experience. I think so. Divorce court. I think so, Jason. Divorce. Probably not worth it. Hey, Scott. You might remember my comments about how a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I was at the state high school trap shoot in Mason, and there were 1,100 kids there. Hey, Joe. And they all had guns, and they fired more than 100,000 rounds. Every kid walking around had a gun in his hand. There was not one accident. There was not one accidental discharge. There was not one act of violence. There was not one mass shooting. There was not anything. Yeah, Jason, great idea. And I made the comment a few times online and on the radio show about how I thought that was a great example that the problem is not guns. The problem is people. And to me, that just seems common sense. If you've got 1,100 high school students there, they're all carrying guns and nothing bad happens, then the problem isn't the guns, right? I mean, how much more basic and simple and common sense can you get? and nobody got shot. Yeah, Brandon, nobody got shot. So I got a response from a lady in West Michigan, and to her credit, hey Sam, how are you? She gave me her name. I have her email address, and she even gave me her phone number, which was a very stand-up thing to do. Very stand-up thing to do. And I appreciate that. But she came back to me and she said, don't brag about the number of guns at the state trap shoot without an incident. She says, we're not after the hunting rifles. We hunt too. She said, I can't believe you tried to use that as support for mental illness diagnosis over guns. It's the automatic weapons that you and your kind can't justify. Let me read you that again. She says, don't brag about the number of guns at this trap shoot without an incident. We're not after the hunting rifles. We hunt too. I can't believe you tried to use that as support for mental illness diagnosis over guns. It's the automatic weapons that you and your kind can't justify. My response to her, the type of gun isn't the issue. A gun is a gun. It's a tool, nothing more. In every problem where a gun was used for violence, it was not the fault of the gun, but rather the person behind it. She says, I totally disagree. Take away the guns and you have a better chance against fists or even knives. She said, even you can see that. Hang on, folks, I'm getting to this. She said, even you can say that. My response was, by the way, it's illegal to own automatic weapons. I strongly suggest you rethink your argument. So up to this point, we're having, thank you, Mark. Up to this point, we're having I think a good conversation. We disagree with each other, but it's a productive conversation. Here's her last statement to me. Again, I say it's illegal to own automatic weapons. I strongly suggest you rethink your argument. She says, on what planet can you not own automatic weapons? She said, I strongly suggest you get off your quest for manliness, which you can achieve in safer ways, and use some common sense. That's what we're dealing with, my friends. And again, I'm not going to put it out there, but I have her name, I have her email address, and I have her phone number. And I think that was a very stand-up thing for her to do. But this is what we're dealing with. People who don't understand the issue and who have no common sense. It's not a gun, it's the person behind it. They say they only want our automatic weapons. They don't want our hunting guns. To which I say, bullshit. Probably shouldn't have said that, but that's the way I feel. Lack of common sense. But this is what we're up against. And this is why, hey, Patrick, good evening. We have to stay vigilant. And I'm not going to preach about this here. I will tell you this. If you live in West Michigan and you hear a radio commercial done by me for a politician, it was a very calculated and well thought out decision to do it. John Molinar is a friend of mine. He's a congressman. He's pro Second Amendment. He's pro outdoors. He's pro hunting and fishing. And he asked me if I would voice a radio spot for him. And I got thinking about it. And I thought, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to open the door to this because other people will ask me. I don't know if I want to get out of my comfort zone by sticking my neck out like this. And then I thought, you know what? It's conversations like this one right here that make me believe, that make me even more resolved to do something. If we just sit back and don't respond or don't do anything or don't challenge statements like this, then we lose. So I voiced the spot. So if you hear that spot, it's because I believe in that man. I think his record has proven that he's on our side. And we got to step up and do something, right? Johnny says, Mike, you trying to get me off topic, Johnny? People have already asked me, Mike, what day is it? How you like that vein right there in my nose? It's hump day. And try to educate people. Yeah, absolutely. Automatic weapons. Mike says, "Oh, he knows, John. Well, and you're in the part of the state, Mike, where you will hear that spot." Evening, Jerry. How are you? Harry Smith was also an old guy. We grew up just down the road from each other, didn't we, Harry? Mike Streeter was on the other day too. None of us use automatic. See, that's just it. We're not trying to take away your hunting rifles, which, by the way, at the trap range, they're shotguns. We're not trying to take away your hunting rifle. At least most of us don't yet. We're not trying to take away your hunting rifles. We want you to still have your hunting rifles. We want to take away your automatic weapons. We don't have automatic weapons. Jason, how are things in the Sioux, buddy? Amen to that, Harry, wasn't it? Didn't have to worry about it. Remember, Harry, going into high school there and either leaving your shotgun in your truck or taking it into the school and they'd lock it up in a locker, or maybe it was the principal's office. I don't remember which. And nobody got shot. I know, we don't have automatic weapons. Joe says, I asked the opposition why they want to punish me when I'm law-abiding. I've never done anything wrong. And you never will, Joe. Valid question. It's the image, because they're black. Just got off the water. Another beautiful day. I'm sure it was, Jason. I'll be out there tomorrow morning. Went hunting right from school. Yeah, we did. I am going to take the AQ up in Skinny Water and see if those fish are still there. They are now. I mean, they were there Sunday. So how do we go fishing with me sometime? John, I think the best way is to bid on one of the charity charters that I do. I do not run paid charters because I don't want to go into competition with my friends who are paid charter captains, working charter captains. I am a licensed charter captain, but I do not do paid trips. What I do is a lot of charity trips. And it's a win-win. It's an opportunity for me to get on the water. It's an opportunity for those charities that I get involved in to make some money. No problem, Johnny. I understand. Hey, is Peyton there with you? Rai? Patey? Hey, it's Uncle Mike's truck. Matt, I appreciate that. Those will fire back up starting this fall. Mr. Lambert, there's a name I haven't heard for a while. Mr. Lambert. Yes. He was a great guy. Great guy. I want to make myself a note here or something. Give me just a second. Okay. Mike, Mark says. Now, Johnny's putting it out there for us, right? Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer. Well, he wasn't he was a Marine Patrol deputy. And I know people use the term he was a sheriff. There's only one, and you know this, Harry, but there's only one sheriff in a county and then a bunch of deputies. I mean, you got that. All right, Jason's going bear hunting in Newberry. So am I, Jason. Okay, Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer, is putting this out. He says he survived a shooting and the gun didn't do a thing on its own. Look that up sometime. Do a search on that. You'll see what Johnny's talking about. Gun didn't do a darn thing. It was the demented person behind it. Guns are just tools. They're just tools. this ammo right here isn't going to hurt anybody. What is this? This is 9 mil? 9 mil. Isn't going to hurt anybody. Why are we worried about such things? Oh, let me see what this one says right here. View message. Okay, that's nothing. All right, let me get back to this. Yeah, we had quite a conversation on this just a couple of minutes ago, Jason, about how you need some of those. I'll bring some up, Johnny. How well, and it was dealing with an email exchange that I had with a woman that was. It just pointed out the battle that we're in. That when people are uneducated and ignorant, it's hard to have a good conversation. Anyway, so I did get my bear tag, did not get my elk tag, expected I would get my bear tag, did not expect to get an elk tag. So I'm pretty happy. I'll be hunting with Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer. Johnny said he still has a couple of spots. Johnny's here right now if you want to get in touch with him. Bill Piles of Ohio Bow Hunting Outfitters has one more spot for our Ohio Bow Hunt the third week in October. The website, ohiobowhuntingoutfitters.com. Get in touch with me. How many points for Newberry? I got the third season with 2 points, Jason. Ohio Bow Hunting Outfitters, send me an email, mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. And finally, Ron St. Louis of Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters in White River, Ontario, has a few spots left for their August hunt. Their season starts August 15th. I will be up there. Looking forward to it. Get in touch with Ron on his website, Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters.com, or again, send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. I met the Squirrel Whisperer in Cedarville. Stay away from her. 8. See, if you would have put in for the second or third, but I get it, John. I get it. I get it why you didn't. All right, my friends. You know what's going to happen now. It's a beautiful night out. I'm going to go sit on the patio, relax, get mentally and physically prepared for my fishing trip tomorrow morning. I'll let you know how we do. I suspect we'll do all right. Johnny says 8 to 9 for the first, 6 to 7 for the second, at least 1 for the third. That's in the Newberry district. All right. My website, mikeaveryoutdoors.com. My email address, mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. What are we going to do here now? How do we end these up? Come on. Don't die on me now. Play it. We come into this music and we go out with this music. All right, my friends. Thanks for joining me on this edition of Wednesday Night Live.